There are two things that your kid is going to need in order to be successful in life. Well, of course, a lot more than that, but there are two things that I want to talk about for a minute. One of those things is hope. When you're labeled as somebody with a disorder or a disability, it can be really easy to lose hope on your ability to accomplish things that you want to do in life. For example, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a doctor, but it had been proved to me that I was incapable of being successful in school. I mean, I had barely gotten through high school, and so I knew, at least I thought I knew, that success was pretty much impossible for me. So having hope is a big one. And the other one is having, I don't know really how to put this, but confidence, courage or confidence in yourself. And that goes hand in hand with having hope, but it really is something a little bit different. I think the best way to get hope is to see that other people have done it. Other people with ADHD have been able to do it, and then being presented with a new plan of some kind. And the best way that I know of to get confidence is to have some success. And it's best to start with small successes, because if you start with failures, it's hard to get your confidence. So what I recommend doing with your kid is show them examples of people, actors or individuals, CEOs. There's plenty of, you Google it online, you can find plenty of it, of people who were successful with ADHD. Explain to your kid that having ADHD presents challenges, but that there are people who've overcome these challenges, and so success is possible. And then what I would do is I'd recommend getting them into some things that they can get good at, they can be successful at. And could be, let's make something out of wood, or let's go take gymnastics classes or something. I know that costs money. Anything you can do to help them feel confident in themselves. Something they can feel special and unique and confident about. For example, for me growing up, this is kind of a weird one, but I used to go to Alaska all the time as a kid, and I felt I got a bunch of skills in Alaska. I could drive a boat, and I could weld, and I could my dad helped me put hydraulic systems in his boat. Just little things like that gave me confidence in myself and my ability. I knew that I had skills that most of the other kids my age didn't have. They couldn't drive a boat or any of those things like that. So those two things. Now the last thing that you need to arm your kid with is, in order to be successful, is learning skills. And this is really hard. There are some people that have ADHD that are able to get by without learning skills. It was impossible in my career, however. So I had to learn how to learn. And it's a tricky one. You're going to need to get some books. I put some things in my book, The Inventive Mind. I talk about some different methods of learning how to learn, different approaches you can take. But you need to find some of those, and you need to be successful with them. And the thing about having ADHD is they need to tailor your ADHD instead of working against it. Most learning activities that teachers would have me engage in were what I call replicative learning activities. This is where I'm doing something monotonous and boring and without I don't know how to say it exactly, but basically something that fought against my ADHD. And what you need to do is you need to create inventive learning environments. And there's a number of ways to do this, like about my book. Anyway, those three things, but especially those first two, are very important for a kid as they're growing up, to help them be successful.